let's charge the damn mound because we got a lot to get to. I'm excited for the offseason because now we can really dig in. We'll get to a signing in a sec. Let's start off with the Players' Choice Awards. So one of the coolest awards is just Player of the Year. I've been talking about this for the last week or so. We debated it, maybe 2 days ago?
2 days ago.
When you were on.
Yeah,
when you were on. Yeah. Acuña versus Ohtani. Acuña wins it. Acuña wins Player of the Year. Kratz, you're shaking your head.
Yeah, he wanted Shohei.
Oh, you don't like Ronald Acuña Jr.?
Oh, I think Ronald Acuña Jr. had a great year. NL MVP. Maybe the best player in the National League. In the entire game, a guy that pitches like Shohei does, he's a number 2. High number 1. For them, he's a number 1. He's not better. If he was on a team with Wheeler or Nola, he'd be a number 2. If he was on a team with, true aces, whole ace.
He's a 1. He has 1 stuff.
Okay, that's fair. He's a 1.
Okay.
And he did everything except have less RBIs, less stolen bases, and 30 points less in his batting average than Acuña.
That's a lot of categories.
3 categories. He out-homered him. He had 20 stolen bases. And you're just comparing the hitting stats. He is right up there. Acuña definitely had a better hitting season. His batting numbers were way better. He pitched. You guys got it wrong.
Ow.
And as a player show, as a ex-player, we got it wrong.
Ooh.
Acuña should not have been, and we should ask every single player guest to show us their ballot.
Want a receipt.
Actually,
and
that's
why?
A great idea. I do want to hear from some of the guys on their voting process, the current players, and their thought process.
Because I think we LeBron'd him.
No.
I think I can say we, I didn't vote, but as a player.
Yeah, you do say we a lot.
Yeah, I'm an ex-player. I think they LeBron'd him by not choosing him. Meaning, is Steph Curry really better than LeBron James? I was talking about it with Mark before the show. Is he really? Is Shohei Ohtani a worse player than Acuña this year?
I think he was.
You're wrong. You do not believe that.
I believe it.
You have pocket 2. You have 2-7 right now, and you're trying to bluff me.
Damn, no.
Doesn't it
I'm all in.
Doesn't it go down to just okay, you got your squad this year. Which player do you want? They had their season. Which player do you want from that season to be on your team?
Right? Not going forward. Not going forward.
Right, what you just saw. You can place that
into your season.
Yeah, your season.
Who are you going to pick first overall? Well, then that's what it would be.
But that's saying
forward.
That's projecting forward.
This is actually
that's misleading. Is what
we're on. You know how
misleading.
You know how you'll there'll be a free agents. We'll talk a lot about free agents, obviously, coming up over the next couple months, and some teams will be like, "Well, that's what you did." Okay, this is what our projections say. With this situation, we're actually looking at what you did this past year and saying, if you could take those stats and place them on your team, right? So you could do this exercise with players. You could go to a player we'll have Muncy on next week, and we're going to get to his contract in a second. If we go, okay, Max, do you want to place Ohtani's season on your team or Acuña's season on your team? Now, there could be a difference depending on the team that you're on, right? One team might be like, yo, we have 3 all-star outfielders. We don't need Acuña. No team is probably going to be like, you know what? We don't need another number 1 starter.
Every team is going to want
it's a great argument.
Both seasons, but every team needed Shohei. Yes, every team. If you had 3 all-star outfitters, I'm trying to think if anybody did. Probably the Braves, but that doesn't. Braves are like, nah, we didn't need him. Shohei is without a doubt the player of the year until he stops doing both things.
But what if he has a 5 ERA? You're saying if he's not
if he makes 30 starts and has a 5 ERA and puts up 40 pumps and 100 stakes, he's not player of the year. You're doing it too.
I am doing it because I voted for Acuña.
And you're wrong.
I might be jaded. You're right. I might be jaded.
A 5 ERA. So you're telling me that a guy that takes up a roster spot for your team is giving you 30 starts. He's giving you 28 because he doesn't make all starts. I was
going to say, did he make 30
starts? Oh, sorry. 28 starts on the mound. Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper's had down years. What happens if he has a down year hitting? That's all he has. I'm trying to think of who else DH this year that was an unbelievable player. Like, this person is hitting and pitching.
Now, look, we're going to see if you're right, and I'll apologize to you this year because he's not pitching this year.
Right.
So I would want to see just hitting alone. Let's check that out.
In what sense? Like, you mean if he so this year
if he puts
hits,
up the same numbers just hitting wise, which I think he will.
So you're saying he might go down?
I don't know.
Well, he might not win every award next year if he's just a normal
like,
human.
He has no chance of winning any awards. He has no chance of winning awards. If he didn't win it this year, he has zero chance next year.
Why do you say that?
Because you didn't choose him as player of the year this year, and he did both things at an elite level.
I'm not saying he didn't. But now, if he does the same thing, 40 pumps, 100 something.
Okay, so let's say he goes 40 and 100.
Okay.
Are you voting for him for an award?
Why are you smiling?
Because
no chance.
Hold on.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why next year.
Why not?
He won't win player of the year next year. He won't win MVP. He won't win any of that stuff. I'll tell you why. He's a DH. He's not in the field.
What other DHs put up numbers like he did this year?
Nobody.
I know.
How many pitchers put up numbers like he did?
Some, but I get what you're saying. Hey,
yes, thank you. Okay,
I understand.
Thank you.
You win.
That's all I wanted to hear. I want to win an argument.
You win. You won the argument.
I don't even feel like it's an argument. That's why I'm laughing.